I just got a YouTube comment from somebody who recognized me as it was a teaching video that I had on my Rising Reed channel, and the person said, "Hey, are you the guy that has done those Liberty Bellows demos?" And it's like, well, it could be. There are also people that look like me. There's a lot of people that have done Liberty Bellows demos, but I think it was me. I mean, I certainly have done them. And he was talking about the chord combining stuff, so which is part of it. I just have the real book up here, and I didn't even pick a tune yet. If anybody has a suggestion for a tune from the real book, I thought I might pick something that's like approachable, and a real standard. Let's see, something. I promise I won't scroll all day. Let's go up to the table of contents here. All right. Let's see if I can find it. We can see if we can see this. Yeah, it's good enough. Trying to make the windows smaller. There we go. Anybody that really wants to follow along, pull up a chart of how high the moon. So one thing that I do, just right out the gate, I would So right out of the gate, what I would do is I would start adding harmonies under the melody. Not all the time, because I think that gets too oatmeal mushy, too mushy. Let's see. Can I arrange this? Let me put this over here. There, that's better. Okay. So I would think of, like, if I'm looking at the melody, even simpler than thinking about, like, you know, harmonizing every chord. Okay, that's really cool, but I don't know that I would do that right out the gate. I usually think of, like, either thirds or even bigger intervals below the melody, and it almost always works. And I'm thinking of the scale, which the word for that is diatonic, which means of the scale of the chord. So the first, let me zoom in here for you guys. See, now you're not going to be able to see it, 'cause I need an AV helper here. One moment. Oops. No. Come on. There we go. Okay. Over here. Sorry, this is annoying for me too. Woo! That sun's coming out. It's like the tiniest little hitbox to get my stupid cursor over to be able to open this window. There we go. If you guys only knew the pain that I feel. Okay, so starting at the top, throw some consonant harmonies on there. So the first chord is G major. So anything that fits under there is going to work for me. That sounds great. I'm just playing a simple G bass and G major in my left hand. Or maybe I pick a bigger interval, which sounds great on the accordion also. And I've done this enough so it's just, you know, your hands just kind of do what they do. And I have a concept. Do I want to start simpler? Yeah, probably. So there I have a little bit more, and I'm thinking filling up the chord underneath my hand. So I'm on that E flat major chord in the melody. Let's see. There. Right? So just these little harmonies, because when you combine the melody plus the left hand, that sounds good, and then it just doesn't quite sound jazzy yet. So if I can get that major 7 or some colorful notes, all of a sudden. So let's see, I just want to kind of play a little bit and then describe what's going on here. So I think I'm thinking also about like a very simple arrangement. So I'm not doing the Frank Morocco thing. Which is great, but that's not what I'm doing to start with, just because I don't want to. But I love connecting chords, so like chord scale sort of stuff. So if you think of the chords that come out of the major scale, so like in the key of G, you have G major chord, and then an A minor chord, and then a B minor, and then a C major, and then a D. You know, it's the same math for all the keys, and then throw a 7 on there. I use that stuff all the time, and I'm always walking up to, maybe walk up to the 3rd. And that's happening in my left hand, so I'm kind of breaking it up across the. And it sounds so full because you have the sound spread across, and it doesn't sound that noisy either. The accordion can be such a noisy instrument. But just keeping a couple notes in the right hand, you know, and of course you want variety. So you have some movement. I could go the other way. Let's see. So I'm thinking of, instead of going G up to B, go down, start on B. And a lot of times my bass lines will connect not just on the roots. That's a lot of what I think about. So in the G minor 7 in the second bar, G bass, then F bass to E over the C. So there was the same idea of walking up. I do that all the time on the F major chord, walking up F major, G minor to A minor, or F, you could think of that as an F over A, but with a passing chord in there. F major, G minor, and then G sharp diminished to A minor. That's another thing I'll do, and it works coming down also. So you could start on the A, and then that A flat diminished to the G minor, to the F, or to the C. It wants, you hear it go to the C. On the F major. Now, because I've done that so much, I could keep doing it, but I think it would get a little boring. So I'll do, the other thing I do a lot is start a half step above and resolve it. So I'm starting on a B7 to get to the B flat 7. So there I'm in bar 8, B7. And all that is I'm thinking of landing on the B flat 7, but I start a half step above. So I'll start going into the F minor chord. Let's see. That's not it. Yeah. That's it. Oh. So again, more walking down. How can I get up to that A minor? Now there, I do want to play nice thick chords because I hear it, because it's. So I want to harmonize that melody note. So that I'm just playing the parts of the B minor. So it's a B minor inverted, and then a B flat 7 inverted, just exactly what's written. And then like an A minor with the melody, and then resolve it. And then, so it might be something like that. And a lot of times I don't keep a consistent, I keep time, I'm in time, but I don't keep like a walking bass line. Or whatever. Or even that sort of thing. It's more like little comping. And it's up to my right hand to decide the, to dictate rather, it's up to my right hand to really keep the time, because it's playing more than anything else. You can hear the time. Doom, da, da, ding, so then if I was improvising, I would use my left hand similarly. That's another thing I like. On a major chord, start a half step below. So I'm thinking of F major 6 here. It's really is below where I have. I can open this up here. No, it's just annoying. It's like doesn't want to do it. I'm trying to. I don't want to do that. I want to make it. Sorry, guys. No? Is it the other one? No? I don't know. It doesn't want to do it for me. Sorry. Anyway, on the F major, E major. So I'm thinking F major 6, but a half step below. So that's me taking the same chord, E major 6, and resolving it up, and that's over an F major. And it, when it's so deliberate and dragged out, it sounds awful, but. So I think a lot about connecting something dissonant and resolving it to something less dissonant. And it's either a half step above or below, or it's what we would call a secondary dominant, like a diminished thing leading to, like maybe an F sharp diminished leading to the G. Or then the half step below the F. And I'm trying to hear a melody too in the top voice. So if I started them, and just harmonize it. You know, in this case, my hand wants to go these little triad shapes. Yeah, and there, it just, I naturally, my intuition is to get more block chordy, just because you've heard enough, we have heard enough already, you know, it's like you have to change it, the same approach. If I used only the same approach, it would get boring. So that's kind of it. And then as far as chord stuff, that's a beautiful chord with G major and D major. And I can make that G minor by playing G minor and D minor. And I love these little, I'm always doing 2 half steps above or below. Let's see, boom, boom. I'm not really doing it naturally now. It just sounds so good. Oh, it's got to be the A flat. As a little tag or a little intro, I'm playing the B minor 7, B flat 7, A minor 7, D7, and these. Hearing the melody, body, do, da. Let's see. Ba-bo. I got a question asking if I play jazz on my Machino. I do play jazz on my Machino. I play on both. I'm doing on Stradella because everybody plays Stradella, and this is a great jazz Stradella, jazz accordion. Throw that flat 9 in there. What a beautiful sound. It looks like a diminished chord, but it's a rootless D7. So here's the D in the left hand, and I have the 7th, the flat 9, the 3rd, and the melody. Ba-do. Let's see, I want an A5. There we go. So that's how I approach a jazz standard. Thinking about, hang on, I'm going to sneeze. It's going to happen. Yeah. Well, I'll, Birdie's asking to hear it on the Machino. I'll do that next time. Yeah, next stream. Out in the desert. I'll play some, free bass jazz. It's my concept is very similar. It's just I have more control over the voices in the left hand, whereas here you have bass note control. You can make melodies go up and down, but you can't make the inner parts move so much. There, I can, right? That's beautiful. With that sus chord, or but I can do more similar stuff to what I'm doing in the right hand. But yeah, so I would say like my go-to things are these moving, the stuff moving through the chord scale, usually starting or ending at the root. So the root moving up to the 3rd, so G major 7, A minor is the passing chord, and up to G major 7 again, but with B as the bass. You could also look at it as a B minor, but we're not hearing B minor, we're hearing G major 7 over a B, you know? and then all kinds of cool passing chord stuff on there. Right? And for all the chords. And then chromatic walking up or walking down. So walking up to the C7 from the B flat, B natural, C7, or a half step above, D flat. And so it's all these things. Jazz is what happens before. It's what you add before. I say it's like harmony is when you have your, the way music works is when you have your hands on the treasure chest, about to open the treasure chest. That's how music works. It's not what's in the treasure chest, it's what's about to be there. That energy, that's how jazz is. That's how harmony is, I should say. Right, this, because I've established the tonality of F, you can feel me pulling you up, you know, or down. That wasn't as good a voice leading, but the A flat. Somehow we wound up a D major, which we don't need to, but because we're in songs in the key of G. So those are my kind of like go-to shapes and things that I do a lot on the accordion. And it's not so reliant on, it's certainly not reliant on oud pop bass. It's not that at all. And I could but I don't know, I don't feel that for this song. On a tune like Honeysuckle Rose, that would be more, I would feel it on that. On this one I don't. I feel more of a, something like that. All right, that's my jazz 15-minute break there.